Well, Peter didn't know it, but what he said there might have something to do with our next segment. It's new information regarding Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Her spokesperson announcing on Friday that Mrs. Clinton will not attend the Democratic National Convention coming up this summer in Charlotte. Apparently, it'll be the first time she will miss her party's main event in decades. This as we're learning that former President Bill Clinton will attend the Democratic Convention and says he'll do whatever he can to get President Obama reelected. Joining us now for a fair and balanced debate, Gretchen Hamel, Executive Director of Public Notice. Christopher Hahn is also with us, former aide to New York Senator Chuck Schumer and a Fox News contributor. It is not that unusual, Christopher, for a Secretary of State not to attend a political convention. Their job is supposed to be above the fray, but a lot of people were kind of surprised that Hillary said she's not going to be going to this thing at all.
Well, you know, listen, the big four tend to stay out of politics, and there is a ban on the Secretary of State participating in politics. I do think that it would be great to have her out on the campaign, but she's got a very serious job that she represents the entire United States of America, whether they be Democrat or Republican, to the rest of the world. And politics is supposed to stop at the water's edge. So the Secretary of State traditionally has been above and beyond politics. We're going to miss her. The Clintons are a powerful force in American politics. Having Bill there is going to be great, though, because he is one of the best representatives of Democratic policies and how they work that this country has. Is
there a danger, though, Gretchen, that Bill Clinton's arrival sort of distracts attention from President Obama?
Oh, well, I think, you know, President Obama will need President Clinton to be out there on the stump to really solidify independence, to really talk about the issues that Democrats did well back in the 1990s, and one of those including reining in government spending, which is currently out of control right now and something this president and Congress has actually failed to do. So I think he would benefit from President Clinton being there to solidify independence, to talk about fiscal issues, and to talk about real solutions to the economic problems.
Christopher, what about Bill Clinton? I mean, you know, he was in office at a time when Republicans and Democrats managed to work together. The White House and the Congress managed to get a balanced budget. There was that moment in 2010 where President Obama brought President Clinton into the room to talk about some budget negotiations, said he would be there for just a couple of minutes. Bill Clinton took over the room, took over the press corps, and talked for 20 minutes even after the president left.
Hey, Bill Clinton did it because he was able to work with a Congress that, although they had some convictions, they were able to negotiate. Right now, this Congress doesn't seem to be able to negotiate. John Boehner doesn't really have control over his caucus. And when you got a guy who's your majority leader actively campaigning against incumbent members of his own caucus, that shows a disarray in the Republican caucus that Bill Clinton didn't have to deal with.
And when
Newt Gingrich, for all his faults, did control it.
And when was the last time Harry Reid brought a budget to the Senate floor?
Well, not only that, when is the last time this president actually put forth a budget that his own Democratic Party would be for? I mean, look back 2 weeks ago, the Democrats in the House didn't vote for it at all. No single vote for the president's budget. It failed. Zero.
Gretchen, you and I both worked on the Hill, Gretchen, and you and I both know that what the president put forth, the Democrats in the Senate weren't going to vote for a budget that they knew the House Republicans would not pass. In the past, what would happen is they would put forth a budget, and the House of Representatives would debate that budget and alter it, and then it would go to the Senate.
Hang on a second. We're getting into House and Senate politics right now. I want to talk a little bit more about the Clintons, and in particular, this new website, Texts from Hillary. A couple of Hillary Clinton supporters put together some pretty funny pictures, actually. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's take a look at one of them here. This is Hillary Clinton supposedly texting the leader of the free world saying, Mr. Obama says, hey, what are you up to? She says, running the world. There's another one where a supporter says, it's 3 a.m. This is reminiscent of those 3 a.m. phone call ads from the 2008 race. It's 3 a.m. and I think something's up. Hillary Clinton on board the aircraft there says, I'm on it. Her favorability ratings are really on the way up, Gretchen. She's got 66% approval ratings, according to one Gallup poll, and even 40% among Republicans. This was the woman Republicans used to love to hate. What's going on with Hillary Clinton?
Well, they've seen a contrast. They contrast her now to what President Obama is actually doing. But at the same time, she's remained out of the fray. She hasn't been in the middle of the White House and congressional, sticky political negotiations over the debt ceiling or whatnot. And she has pretty much remained apolitical, focused on her job. And she has, created this, maybe illusion, some would say, but some would say in actual reality, to where she is on top of it. She's on top of her game. She's focused. She's not going to get down and dirty in the political mud. And she's just going to execute on behalf of Americans and do what's best.
Well, some Democrats, including Nancy Pelosi, say they'd like to see her running in 2016. We'll see what happens. Christopher Hahn.
I think she'd be great in 2016, and if not her, our man here in New York, Andrew Cuomo, would make a great presidential candidate then, too.
We're not even through 2012 yet, so.
Christopher Hahn, Gretchen Hamel, thank you both.
Thanks.
Well, a crash turns a